And you can go ahead and use the Honda Lincoln hotline at the same number of 402-464-5685. Yeah, so for those who usually join us, Reagan, who is the other co-host with me, actually went home for the week. And so I brought in two special guests, my teammates. We have Caitlin Cairns and JoJo Randby.
Stoked.
Welcome.
Absolutely stoked. Thank you, Madison. My dream has come true.
You're welcome, JoJo. Glad I could do this for you. So Caitlin's been on the show before. Caitlin, tell us a little bit about yourself.
Hi, I'm going to be a junior here. I'm a sprint freestyler and butterflyer. I'm from Colorado Springs, Colorado, and I like books.
Very nice. JoJo.
I'm JoJo. I'm a homegrown Husker from Omaha, 45-minute drive north, and I'm a breaststroke and sprint freestyler, and I will be a sophomore this year.
Very nice. Well, okay, so JoJo, homegrown Husker. Did you always know you wanted to be a Husker?
No.
Like, where else did you look, and then what were kind of like the factors going into the fact that you wanted to stay local?
Yeah. So recruiting process for swimming, pretty simple. You get 5 schools that you can take an official visit to. My recruiting process started the end of my sophomore year that summer. So imagine me, a sophomore in high school, trying to figure out what she's going to do for college, what she's going to major in, what she wants her job to be.
Basically what you have to plan your entire life sophomore year.
Exactly. So that consisted of lots of phone calls. I literally was so scared on every phone call. I was sweating. I don't know if the coaches could tell, but I was like, oh my gosh, like they're going to think I'm so weird. But yeah, I ended up taking a visit to Minnesota, which was fun.
Mm-hmm.
And then I was like, hey, this is pretty fun. I get to miss school, so let's do another one. And I was like, oh, okay, well, I'll visit Nebraska. It'll be pretty easy.
Mm-hmm.
And when I came here, it was just so different than anywhere else I had been. I originally was like, nah, I'm not going there. Like, I'm going out of state, basically. But when I got here, man, like, I'll tell you a secret. They treat their athletes well here.
Big secret.
Well, yeah, not really a secret anymore, but food, that was a big thing for me. I do enjoy all the food that they have here in Nebraska. Lots of benefits that they had. Not just the football games and the other sports events that we get to go to, but the team was really nice. Just a lot of factors that really stood out to me here. So I ended up committing December of my junior year.
Oh my gosh.
So imagine little junior me deciding that she figured out her whole life plan.
In one weekend too, because the visit's only a weekend long.
Yep. But after I visited here, I was like, I'll just commit. I was like, honestly, I was on a phone call with the coach. I was like, so like, what do I say? Like, how do I like say that I want to go here? He's like, oh, say I'm a Husker. So I was like, I'm a Husker.
Aww.
Yeah, it was a long wait after that, though. I was like, can I just like go to college, please?
Yeah,
I
couldn't imagine having to go through a whole other year of high school knowing where you're gonna go and being able to like envision that in your head.
See, yeah, the summer after my senior year, that was the hardest part because we couldn't come here early because of COVID. So I was just sitting around. I was like, I see all these people competing at Nebraska, and I just want to be there, man. But yeah, I'm here now. I spent the summer here this year, so
so
it
fun.
was a fun time.
So fun. And so the fact that you went on your recruiting trips your junior year, you were part of a brand new recruiting cycle.
Yes.
Cece, what year you were a senior on your trips?
Yes. So technically, I was the first class that had the ability to do recruiting as a junior, and so like there was a few people in my grade that did that, but they broke that news in like maybe May of my sophomore year, and I thought I had a whole nother year, so I was not prepared at all. So there's a lot of people in my grade who still like took their trips as seniors. I think that out of my whole class that committed here, all of us came as seniors too. So
Yeah.
definitely, I think I was the transitionatory grade per se.
Yeah. No, that's kind of like a bad timing to drop the kind of news too.
Yeah. No, I remember walking into practice, and I had one other teammate that was like serious about swimming in college. That was my age, and she like ran up to me that day, and she was like, "Did you hear?" And I was like, "Hear what?" Because I was not in on it at that point. I was just here to swim, and she goes, "They changed the rule," and I'm like, "What are you talking about? Like, we're about to get in the water. Like, they changed the rule that we can't swim. Did somebody pee in the pool? What are you like? What's going on?" And she told me the whole thing, and I was like, "Oh." I was like, "Well," I had a whole practice to freak out in my head.
Oh yeah. See, they didn't even. So when that happened, I had just finished my freshman year of recruiting, and that next year, when the recruits started coming in, they're like, "Oh, by the way, they're a junior in high school." And no one gave us the rundown about like how the rules for recruiting changed. And suddenly I had to talk to like 16-year-olds about, hey, this is what I do in college, something you won't get to do for another like 3 years, but this is what it could look like. And so it was just, in my opinion, really weird.
The thing I remember the most was I didn't even know what to like ask on the calls because I didn't even know what college was basically. I was like, "So do you have like classes?"
How does that work? Yeah.
Yeah, 16-year-old me being like, what do you do in college?"
See, and that's why I feel like they really need to have like seminars almost, or like even a class your junior year of high school, not even your senior year, your junior year of high school, explain how it all works, especially when it comes to athletics.
On my team, we had a few things that helped us out. Like, our coach would sit down with us and ask us what we wanted in college, and he gave us like a worksheet, and then based on like what we'd write down for that, he would kind of help us like tell us what we're looking for and stuff. And then there was also a camp that was for anyone who had a winter junior cut and up that you could go to, and like it was a training camp, so for like 3 days you're just training your butt off. I remember like leaving the first practice. I was a senior when I did it for myself, so I was already committed, and I was like, "Oh my god, if this is what college practices are like, like maybe I don't want to swim in college," because this was really hard. And then I talked to my coach after, and he talked me down. He was like, "No, don't worry. That's like what the distance people do. You'll be a sprinter. You'll be fine." He's like, "They're just doing general stuff." So I was like, "Okay, cool." But anywho, at the end of that camp, they sat all of us down. So it was like all the top people from Colorado in all 4 grades. And they had the Air Force Academy coach for men's and women's. They had the DU coach. And then they had 3 different club coaches from the area that were also college coaches that talked to all of us about what the recruiting process looked like, what we should do, and like major milestones for each year. And so I was like, yeah. And so I saw this and I was like, dang, I should have come to this earlier. Like I could have totally used this. And so I was actually going to sign like the week after that camp. So I was like, this is like, it's just so close, but too late. And I was like, dang. But I had like a few teammates there, and I was like, everything that those people just told you, like that was gold. Like,
yeah, like hang on to that.
Yeah. So
that's so nice.
That sounds productive. It was June 14th, and people just started sending me emails. And Nebraska's email, funnily enough, went to my trash.
Oh, that's awkward.
So my dad dug it out of the trash and was like, "Here."
Wait, like your email trash?
Yeah,
like
yeah. Email trash.
Oh, I was imagining for some reason
dumpster diving.
Dumpster diving for like a letter.
Not exactly, but it's good that he did that.
Yeah, good thing. But speaking of school, what are you guys majoring in?
The same thing.
Oh, what? Like I didn't know that already. What do you want to be when you grow up then?
1, 2, 3, dentist.
Ooh.
We're business management majors. Are you entrepreneurship too?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. So we're the exact same. So we're business management majors because to go to dental school, you don't need to have like a specific like pre-dental major. You just need to take the prerequisites. And so personally, I want to open up my own office when I'm older. So I figured, if I figured out how to run a business in college and then also take the prerequisites for dental school, that should set me up pretty nice for post grad, I guess. School. So, but
yeah, I was a biology major this past year, and let's just say I just didn't need all the classes that I was going to take, so I
doing more work than needed.
Yes, it was the labs. It was the labs. Genetics. I was like,
you took genetics?
No,
Your
I would have to.
Oh, I was gonna say
it was going to be 2 labs per semester for the rest of my career, and the labs are like 3 hours per week. Sometimes you have 2 labs a week, so I would already have 2 labs a week, so then that would be 3 labs, and I was like, I don't know what to do.
Yeah, no.
So then I actually switched to meteorology. That was
for a hot second.
That was a
why meteorology?
So my dad's a meteorologist.
Are you saying we have a celebrity in the room? Someone who's related to a celebrity?
I am Weather Princess. Weather Princess. If you want to call me that. Weather Princess. That was a quick decision, and my parents quickly shut that down. So now I'm back on track.
Nice. But I mean, hey, that's what freshman year is all about. Changing your major and stuff.
Yeah.
And figuring out where you want to go.
Yeah.
So, but hey, let's talk about the summer, because guess what? Today was like, it felt like the last day of school, even though it wasn't. But we are wrapping up our summer season, and we're leaving tomorrow to go to a meet in Minneapolis called Futures. And it'll be our last meet of the summer season, and then we get to go home.
Madison's last long course meet ever.
Oh my gosh.
I mean, hey. She could get a trials cut this week, and then I could see her
and then showing up in 2 years after not swimming.
I mean,
erase it.
You could show your face at trials. That would be pretty cool.
Come in, grab all the free stuff, swim 2 lanes,
you get a
and
kid
pop
board
out
with your name on it. What more could you want?
That is true. But I'm pretty sure the qualifying period doesn't open up until November.
Oh.
Yeah, which is why I was kind of bummed out to hear that we're not going to US Open. Otherwise, that would have been my only chance.
So, what you do?
What?
Swim through this year, and then you swim a little bit longer.
Oh gosh!
Or you time trial after
if
Big
your
Tens.
arms don't fall off. Swim into the summer.
I could do what Tori Beeler did and just hang on just long enough to get my trials cut.
Hope your body doesn't fail on you.
Fall apart. Oh my gosh. I'm really feeling my age.
Hey, we're slotted to have an extra spot in our house, so if that's what your concern is.
Oh man. We'll see. We need to get through the season first. No, we need to get through this meet first. The one that we leave for tomorrow. Anyway, we are also in the greatest time of our training.
Taper.
Yes. Exactly. So what are your thoughts about taper, and like how does your routine change for each of you?
Well, since we're sprinters, we usually go from say 6,000 yards of practice to 1,000 yards of practice, 2,000. For reference, our practice today was a whopping 30 minutes. And
it was great.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, you know what else we do? We take ice baths. That is fun. So, reducing inflammation, obviously important for racing fast, making sure your muscles aren't super tired when you're diving into the pool. So, after all of our taper practices, we have been chilling in the ice bath for a nice 12 minutes.
Well, you're so punny.
But yeah, we do that. Make sure to eat a lot of carbs.
We had
some extra energy.
We had extra carbs for dinner tonight.
So I made this huge bowl of pasta. And then Madison comes over and she's got this pot of rice.
I told you, okay, here's the thing. I said, I'm going to make rice for myself, but then they gave me a plate of pasta anyway. So then I was like, well, I can't waste the pasta.
You said you wanted
I can't waste the rice.
Chicken parmesan. So I was like, I'm not going to deny her.
Chicken that
what comes with
we
spaghetti.
also
that
had
doesn't necessarily
chicken.
mean noodles. Oh yes, we did also have bread. It was
beans.
breaded chicken too, so extra carbs.
But if you've ever heard the term carb loading, that's what we're doing right now. And honestly, I have this like taper mood and like regular practice mood, and taper mood is like, I'm like, oh my gosh, like what do I do with this extra energy? Like I'm bouncing off the walls, like, oh my gosh, like I need to like go run or something, but obviously I can't run because I don't want my muscles to be tired. So I just like sit and stare and shake and
Hey, Jojo, you should explain your third personality that appears at the meets and what her name is.
So taper culminates obviously in our championship meets. We want to be rested, focused, eating well, hydrating, having our water
with drip drop.
Yes, electrolytes. But during the meets, I happen to be a very focused, serious swimmer. So I'm not going to be the one that's bouncing off the walls anymore. At the swim meet, I basically stare straight forward and I'm like, I race.
It's like she's got horse blinders
I go
on.
back to the hotel. I take an ice bath. I do like my massage. I take a nap. I come back to the pool. That's literally my life for like 5 straight days. And I know my dad hates this, but my number one fan, love you. He trucks the ice from the hotel in this big cooler that he brings in the car.
Wait, he brings his own cooler?
Yes, to fill with ice from the hotel. But don't worry, like we don't steal it from anyone. He just fills it in the morning, sets the cooler in the room. I'm ready for my ice bath at noon. Very strict schedule. But anyway, this new personality. So I'm JoJo. This new personality is Jocelyn. And she only comes out during these swim meets. She does not talk to anyone.
She peeps out a little during practice too.
She does not.
Yes, she does.
Do anything else but focus on her swimming. So she gets easily angered when people try to take her away from that.
Or go the wrong direction.
Yes.
So this past meet, it was sectionals this last week, and we had to we drove together on the way, like to Columbia. And the first day we got there, we got to the hotel early, and then we had to go to the pool to do like a meet warm up.
No, we got to the hotel early. I did the 5-hour drive, not only well, but extra well.
Well, we almost got hit a couple times.
There were some minor bumps, but anyway, we had to go to the pool for a warm up, and Caitlin types in the address. She types in recreation center because technically, yes, the pool is at the recreation center on campus.
I asked if that was all right, and I was told yes.
Yes, recreation center was not.
The recreation center was in the opposite direction. And let me tell you, Jocelyn, that was our first encounter with Jocelyn, but we didn't like exactly articulate this personality until later on in the meet when me and Caitlin realized that JoJo had only spoken maybe like 5 words to us in the past like 3 days. And so yeah, that was the birth of Jocelyn.
Jocelyn was seething. She did not say a word during that drive.
It was like staring.
We all
death
ended
in
up
the
okay.
face.
It's because Jocelyn likes to get to the pool. She does her little stretches with her band. She does her little leg swings. She does some activation stretches. So when she gets in the water, her arms and legs don't fall off. And Jocelyn wasn't able to do that. And she does not like that.
I'm sorry again.
It's okay. Now we know. But Caitlin, how do you feel about taper?
See, I like it because I think it's like the best part of this season. It's like what you look forward to the whole time. You're like, it's going to be great. And then the meets are even more fun because I do what needs to be done. I'll take some ice baths, stretch, whatever, go to bed on a decent time, eat well. But I also like to have fun because, the sports, that's why it's a sport. So, like, for prime example, when I was getting the ice for my own ice bath when I was in high school, we were in this hotel that was very sketchy and it did not have a bathtub. So we bought a giant Rubbermaid, and we had 2 people at the same time for those ice baths, and we were cycling in and out. And so my friend and I, we were next, and so we went to go get some more ice to replenish the ice bath. And we're in like our Jolene's because we just figured, we'd like run down to the lobby real quick and like grab the ice and then be out. And as we're like walking down, we see that it says, like you have to have a shirt and shoes on, and we did not have that. So we were like, okay, gosh, like we gotta be quick. So we were like running over skirt and trying to make sure we're like discreet. But we're on the second floor, so we used the stairs instead. And as we're running up the stairs, I fall over in the lobby, spill the ice all over the place. And I just remember like cackling with my friends for a solid like 3 minutes as we try to pick up this ice. And we're like, only 15. So we're like, young and carefree. And it was just a hot mess. And yeah, so that's kind of my more mentality towards meets is like, yeah, do what you need to do, but like laughter's good too. But yes, I definitely learned that my roommate Jocelyn here does not agree with that mentality this past week.
Yeah, I mean, in the past we always just go to swim meets. We do what needs to be done and then we leave. Like I never had any team swim meets where we all drove down on a bus. It was always my dad, my number one fan, and me.
Okay. So
So-
you had the ability to be locked in with no distractions kind of thing.
Or rather, I wasn't exposed to like not doing that. I was like, what?
That's
What
all
are you
knew.
people doing?
Mhm.
Yes.
Madison, what was your experience?
I think I'm kind of like JoJo in the fact that like I was never really exposed to like big travel meets and like going crazy with other kids, but I definitely was not hardcore like that. I enjoyed Taper. I love Taper. It was the greatest time of the year, but yeah, I don't know. I don't know how. Yeah,
I feel like I overthink things on Taper. I'm like, will walking up this staircase make me tired?
Is that why you had me grab Scooby snacks for you?
Yes.
Ah.
Will running a short distance ruin my Taper? Like
yeah.
I overthink that way too much. Even though during the season I'm like, kill myself in practice, run up the stairs, run down the stairs,
Yeah.
run up the stairs again,
Yeah.
And I give no second thought to it because I'm just like, oh well.
No, that makes sense. Actually, now that I think about it, I think I don't take it too seriously because even in club swimming, so I remember the first time I ever went to sectionals and we qualified, it was our big like shave taper meet end of the summer, but it was in Southern California. You know what's also in Southern California?
Disneyland?
Six Flags.
Oh.
Six Flags Magic Mountain. If anyone has ever been to Magic Mountain, you're walking up mountains in that course. So we showed up a day early with our coach, and our coach took us to Six Flags. Looking back, I kind of
coach.
Our coach. We were shaved and tapered, and he said we're going to Six Flags before we swim. And looking back, I can't believe I even ever did that, or even thought that'd be like, oh yeah, like that's gonna work. Let's do it.
Jocelyn would not like that. I'll just say that.
And I mean, like, I honestly can't remember how I did it that meet, but I remember Six Flags.
That
was
good.
the fun part.
That is. See, there's always another swim meet, unless it's you.
Unless it's me.
It's your last long course swim meet ever.
Oh, that's sad.
You can still have fun.
That is
Don't
true.
worry.
And I will have fun. I will make sure to have fun. And I thought I swam my last 100 fly long course ever at sectionals. Turns out I still qualified for futures with the short course time, not the long course time. So we're seated like 40th. First heat, 40th. So yeah. That'll be nice. Oh wait, we forgot our highs and lows. You distracted me, JoJo.
Highs and lows.
Highs
Remember?
and lows.
Do you remember?
Now I remember.
Okay.
Who wants to go first?
I don't remember, so please not me.
Oh god.
I'll gladly go.
Go, JoJo.
So my low, it'll go first. Obviously we're out of town for sectionals. I'm growing a little garden and tiny little bricked in like pot, I would say, outside of our door.
Yeah.
I'm growing this mint plant and this basil plant. And when I come back, the little pot is like overrun with weeds. And I'm like, oh, I need to do my gardening here. I've been neglecting these poor plants. So I weed out all the weeds. And then the next day, my mint plant is brown.
You killed its friends. Now it's lonely.
It's not dead, by the way.
Oh.
It's slowly coming back. I'm rooting it on, but I almost killed it. I'm not a good parent.
It's okay. Parents learn.
And then my high. Oh, we had a team pasta dinner yesterday, and Caitlin and Madison helped me make all our food. We had garlic bread and cauliflower and pasta and more pasta and meat sauce. It was so good, and it was very successful, and I think my teammates liked it. So that was my high.
Very nice. Cece?
Okay, so my high would also be the pasta dinner. I think I also had a great time just cooking and cleaning and I guess being Cinderella. Just kidding.
What?
Oh,
that's
my
a hike.
Gosh. You're so dramatic, Caitlin. You're so dramatic.
We need to explain what a hike is, but yes. It was a lot of fun. I really enjoyed like having dinner with the team and hanging out. I think we should do it again, like before like the first dual meet and stuff.
Yeah.
But and then for low, I don't really think I have one. Like I've been trying to think of one this whole time. Even
You
before,
just said you forgot.
I know. I was kind of lying because I still didn't have one. So I don't know. It's been pretty fun last week here in Lincoln. So sorry, I don't have a low.
Rude.
I guess my low is being made fun of for my driving by Jocelyn over the radio.
Princess.
You're the weather princess.
You're Cinderella.
Oh my gosh.
Self-proclaimed Cinderella.
Have you
Let's
guys
put it
never heard that
way.
phrase before, used that way?
No.
You got any glass slippers? Or
No.
Do you want me to cover you in ashes?
That's okay.
Oh my gosh, you have animal friends?
No.
You have a mouse that you talk to named Gus Gus?
You wear an apron.
This is oddly specific, guys.
A blue apron.
It's kind of like how you hear a Cinderella story or you act like Cinderella.
The slippers are glass.
This is a very common phrase back home, but okay. All right. Madison, high low for the week.
My high, I don't want to copy you guys and say
Jump
the
on the
pasta.
wagon.
Jump on the wagon. There you go. That's what I was looking for. Because that was fun. But I will say another fun thing that we did was watch the new Elvis movie.
Oh yeah.
That was
Jocelyn
good.
wasn't there.
Oh yeah, because Jocelyn had to do homework. Nerd.
Oh, boo-hoo.
Yeah. Okay, I'll say that as my high with the pasta dinner right up there with it. And then my low was that I broke like 4 pieces of equipment this week. I had my band that we use for pulling that you like wrap around your ankles to make sure like you don't kick when you pull. It snapped in half.
Every time I see one of those at the bottom of the pool, I think it's a snake and I freak out.
A snake?
Are you
Yeah,
scared of
it's
snakes?
long and black and snake-like.
Okay, well, the snake. And then my paddle strap broke. And then my goggles broke today. And then my cap also snapped today too.
Some say it's a sign.
I think it's a sign. I don't know what for, but stay tuned.
Manifest some good things. Our teammates manifested getting abducted and they almost did.
That's different.
It's good. It'll you see, every time something bad happens to me before a swim meet, for example, I lose in a card game. I do great at that swim meet.
Is that what happened at sectionals?
See, I
I
think
don't
that's
know if I played any card games before that.
I think that's just her excuse for when she loses. She's like, "Oh, there's a swim meet coming up soon. I guess this means I'll do well."
But it's a little sus when I actually do good at card games, because then I'm like, am I going to do bad at the swim meet?
It's okay. You don't do well in card games very often, so I don't feel like you have to worry about
Caitlin,
that.
Cinderella, I do not need to hear it.
The negativity. Oh. Okay, well, with that, we're going to take it to break. Thanks for joining us on the deep end at 93.7 The Ticket.
Here's to days spent roaming, and to sleeping beneath the stars, to casting another line and letting time float by. From Shadron State Park to Indian Cave State Park and every recreation area, historical and state park in between. Here's to your adventures, your memories. Here's to going out and enjoying your Nebraska state parks. Plan your next trip today at yournebraskaparks.org. Sponsored by Nebraska Game and Parks. Aired with the Nebraska Broadcasters Association and this station.
Indianapolis, the crossroads of America.
Tune in this Tuesday and Wednesday live from Indy as we bring you coverage of Big Ten Media Days from Lucas Oil Stadium. DP, Strick, Rashawn, Jay, and Jake will be out there with all the information, all the interviews, and all the sights and sounds to get you ready for the college football season. It's Big Ten Media Days live on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
The Ticket's coverage of Big Ten Media Days is sponsored by Ben Bleicher of Professional Realty Group with BHHS Ambassador and Gary Michaels Clothiers.
Gaina Trucking is hiring CDL Class A and B drivers. Gaina Trucking guarantees a 40-hour work week year-round, and their strong team culture makes it not a job, but a career. Gaina Trucking offers health, vision, and dental insurance, 401k with company match, an employee assistance program, and other bonus programs. Build a better career today with great team culture at Gaina Trucking. Learn more and apply today at GainaTrucking.com.
Come see Lincoln's best lineup on and off the diamond all season long. The best seat in town, the best block party, the best outdoor bar, your best night ever. Join the Salt Dogs for Nebraska Medical Association and Lancaster County Medical Society Triple Play Tuesdays, Fairbury Brand Winter Wednesdays, Thirsty Thursdays, Fireworks Fridays, Souvenir Saturdays, and Sunday Family Fun Days brought to you by Casey's. Hit a home run with your next trip to Haymarket Park. Buy tickets at saltdogs.com.
Springtime is here, and it's time to get to work on outdoor projects. Deck City is a great place to start as Lincoln's local source for everything decks. Deck City has everything you need to build the deck of your dreams. From treated lumber to Westbury aluminum railings and TimberTech composite decking. Call them today to schedule an appointment at 402-480-6671. Go online at deckcityne.com or visit their new location just north of 33rd and Cornhusker Highway.
Work, laundry, dishes. I was exhausted. I needed a vacation, but finding a way to pay for it, not so easy. Then I found it, a research study at Solarion. I searched the studies and found a perfect match for me. It was so easy. I earned cash for the study and booked that vacation. Plus, I made an impact on medical research. Find a study and sign up today at helpresearch.com.
You should consider the risks of the research before you agree to participate.
The 2022 Nebraska football season is right around the corner, and we need you in Memorial Stadium this fall. A customizable Husker football 3-game mini plan is on sale now for only $180. To purchase your 2022 Husker football 3-game mini plan today, or for more information, visit huskers.com/tickets or call 402-472-3111. Go Big Red.
Get a lot of advice about self-care these days, but one of the most important self-care steps we can take is making sure we're financially secure later in life. For small steps you can take to save for retirement, visit WeSaySaveIt.org. A message from AARP and the Ad Council.
Back to the deep end with Reagan and Madison on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
All right, welcome back to the Deep End on 93.7 The Ticket. I'm Madison Ronquillo here with two special guests, JoJo and Caitlin. If you'd like to call in, you can go ahead and use the Honda of Lincoln hotline at 402-464-5685. Or if you'd like to text in, you can go ahead and use the Sartor Hammond line at the same number, 402-464-5685. Speaking of lines, I hear we have a text message from someone.
Yeah, we've got a text in that says, my 3 favorite Huskers. What do you miss most from club/high school swimming? Also adds in, GBR ladies, good luck at futures.
Does anyone have an answer?
I do.
Oh, okay.
So my high school, we were the reigning state champs.
Oh.
That's very important to know.
Okay.
So we would parade around our swim meets with a broom because we were going to sweep everyone that we came across.
Did you?
Yes. We were undefeated 2 years ago. Last year we took some L's, but we still won state, so that's what matters.
That's still pretty good.
Yeah.
Pretty good.
She was called Broomy. She was our mascot.
Oh.
Oh my gosh, you can tell that other teams hated us though. But it's all good because we took it to the pound.
At least you backed up your words. I was gonna say that'd be a little awkward if you ended up losing.
Yeah.
And then I'd be like, oh man, now I really hate you for that broom. Cece.
Well, obviously I had a lot of great friends back home, so I miss all of them. But I think what I miss most, just like in general, I feel like a lot of it's the same in college, but we definitely talked more back home. Like, I don't think we'd go to practice, and besides the main set, I think every time we were had a rest and had more than 10 seconds on the wall, we would be talking to each other. We'd be telling each other about each other's day, or like saying some joke or something. Like, I don't know. We definitely had a little more of a social aspect in that kind of area. I mean, love college, and there's definitely some more sets here that I don't think I could breathe and talk at the same time. But I do kind of miss that. Like, it's always fun to like go home and then like catch up with everyone like while we're in the water and stuff. And I know though that you two especially do not like doing that whatsoever.
That's
so
the thing, man. I see it as a waste of oxygen, to be honest, because I'm always during sets, I'm like, like I'm just trying to catch my breath, you know?
Yeah.
I mean, some people obviously are like chatting away, but I don't know how you could do that.
I don't know either, because I like lose my train of thought and I'll forget what I'm doing and then just completely like not do the set correctly. So yeah, I don't know. I mean, in club, like we used to talk all the time too, but I don't. And that definitely was because I wasn't paying attention as much as I do now.
Yeah,
but club was just a little bit easier. My club, at least, we didn't do as much. We had more rest, so a lot of people got to chatting, and our coach took forever to explain sets. So it was like 10 minutes break where everyone would just float and talk. We don't get that much here. We get maybe 1 minute max.
Yeah, like in between sets.
Yeah, when they're explaining the next set.
True. That and coming home to my mom's cooking, because having to like at least over the summer make dinner myself so much harder. But
yeah.
How about you?
Me, something I miss. Oh, swimming specifically. Probably just like swimming with ignorance, if that makes sense. Like, okay, so now when I train, I'm much more aware of my stroke count, my tempo, how many kicks I'm doing on my underwaters, what my pace should be, like down to like the 100th of a second. Whereas like in club, nothing was ever mapped out like that. So like articulately, and you would just kind of swim, go off your field. He'd say pace and you'd be like, okay, like
sounds good.
Like, okay. Or like he tells you to sprint. I'm like, I'm going to go sprint then. So I don't know. I guess just kind of swimming just to swim and not having to worry about whether or not I'm making those numbers work in my head. If that makes sense.
That is interesting, because my club was very focused on like the stroke counts, the kick counts, the pace times. Like my coach would give us a sheet before pace sets that we would have to do. And it would break down like different times that you want to go and what you would have to split in a 25 or a 50 or a 75 to like get that time. So I was always hyper focused on like, how many strokes am I taking? How many kicks am I doing underwater? What's my tempo? Like constantly. But that's interesting though, because it's just really based on the club that you were on. So.
Yeah, we were definitely more ignorance. Like we had goal times and stuff, but I think the only time I ever counted my underwaters like would be I would do it once in warm up before a meet, just so that I didn't go past the yellow. So I would just count how many I needed so that I didn't go past. But like the second, like after like the first 25 or first 50, whether it's short course or long course, I never counted again. I would just try to see how far like I was roughly. Like my favorite pool back home would have like these clear dividers that you could kind of see that would like hold the mat that was at the bottom of the pool together. And I'd swim at it so often that I knew that one of them was at like right before halfway and the other one was like right before the second yellow. So I loved it because then I didn't have to like worry or anything about it. I just would see him like, okay, time to go up and stuff. So but yeah, no, I didn't realize that you guys put that much thought into it in high school.
Yeah, the other thing we did, our coach would walk along the side of the pool with his GoPro on a painting stick. So it was really cool. You could see underwater what you were doing in your stroke. You could see your stroke from a side view, from a front view. And we would do some like video review sessions, which were really helpful. But yeah, the one thing my club did not do was yards.
Yards?
Yes. So once I got to college and we were doing 8,000 yards, in high school we would do, like, for example, 4,000.
Oh, you mean like yardage?
Yeah.
Not yards, like 25-yard length pool. I was thinking when you said that you had only done like 25 meters.
Yeah.
Long, like short course meters or long course meters.
Yeah.
But you're talking like the length that you swim in a practice.
Yeah. Our practices were not very intense in that, like, from that standpoint, you know?
Mm-hmm.
So once I got to college, they just threw me in. I was like, what is this? 8,000 yards of practice, man. Like, my arms are going to fall off. Like, I remember one of the first breaststroke sets I ever did, 2450s on the minute or something, best average. I only did 12 of them breaststroke, and I'm a breaststroker.
Mm-hmm.
And I think the difference between my first and my last 50 was like 5 seconds. So I died, basically. And I only did 12 of them breaststroke.
Yeah.
But then we did the same set this past summer, and I did them all breaststroke, 2450s breaststroke. That's what, 1,200 yards breaststroke?
Mm-hmm.
And I did them all breaststroke. I was like, wow, on the minute. And I held pretty consistent time. So, you know, a year can make a lot of difference.
Yeah. Making the improvement.
Yes.
Huh? Oh, no.
Oh, no. You looked like you were going to say something.
No, nope.
Anyways, the three of us have a very long car ride tomorrow, leaving at 9 a.m. sharp to Minneapolis. How many hours? 6 hours?
Yeah.
Yep.
Maybe 5 if we step on it. Just kidding.
Caitlin, if your
We drive
mom's
the speed limit.
listening, Caitlin drives the speed limit or under all the time.
Never going over.
Never, ever. And she always checks her blind spot. And she always buckles her seatbelt. And
You guys
she
are making
always
it sound suspicious, and half of this I actually do. But
yes, Caitlin's a wonderful driver sometimes.
as long as the navigation system's put into the right spot.
Yeah, then we're good. We'll get there.
So our plan for the car ride.
What to do. If anyone has any suggestions, please text in, because Caitlin asked us this question earlier. What are we going to do in the car ride? And we literally all stared at each other.
Well, see,
Well, Madison is going to sleep. I know that's what Madison's going to do.
Madison's going to read before she sleeps.
Read or
JoJo's
sleep.
going to do homework. Yay.
Okay, so let's
Nerd.
rephrase this. What do you guys have to do for somebody who's driving, for her whose passengers will not be
Oh, I got an
communicating
idea.
to said driver?
Red car. Blue car. White car.
What?
You just like look out for a certain type of car and then shout it out loudly to everyone when you spot it.
I mean, I feel like that's a little rude if you're trying to do homework and she's trying to read, because like I worked hard to get her to read this book. Like I don't want to disturb
Yes,
that.
Okay, so another thing you could do was research all the geological features you're going to pass.
Oh, gosh.
Okay.
While you're driving, and
I'm
then
gonna-
you reminisce when you're driving past those geological features.
We're gonna veto that one right now.
When you say
Lame.
when you say reminisce, though, are you talking like reminisce
From 17 million years ago.
Yeah.
when that happened.
like back to the formation of the world?
No. Isn't it just cool to see that a glacier formed something?
How do you know a glacier was there?
That's what she wants you to
Because-
research.
Yes. It's so
How do you know it's
interesting.
not all a lie, JoJo?
Oh no, not the conspiracy.
The glaciers?
Everything is a conspiracy theory. You never know if anything's actually real.
Bro, it's the earth. Why do you care? Isn't it just cool? to
Why
look
do I
at?
care?
For anyone listening, do we if you guys have any like Friends fans here, there's this one episode where Ross and Phoebe are having this exact same argument where Ross is like, it's the earth, it's science, why don't you believe this? And Phoebe goes, well, you guys believe the earth was flat a few years not a few years ago, sorry, a few hundred years ago, like what should be any different now? And so it's kind of weird, like seeing this in real life.
Well, from a lifelong Nebraskan, and
We're going to
swimmer,
Minnesota.
but I've traveled this road millions of times.
And
so I'm going to point out all the geological features to you.
Oh, I
loudly.
can't wait.
Wish us luck.
Hey, it's cool. You know, my dad used to make me pull out the paper road map and look at it. So that's where I'm coming from.
No wonder you want to do homework on this road trip. Anyways, we're going to take it to break here on 93.7 The Ticket and The Deep End. Hey, it's Nicklin Hames from Nebraska Volleyball. I hate wasting time in practice, and I want to help you stop wasting your time when you're looking for an electrician. High Electric has been serving the area for over 30 years for both residential and commercial properties. They are experts in everything like remodeling, new additions, hot tub installation, and more. And they take jobs from Beatrice to Omaha and all towns, big or small, in between. Call them today at 402-466-6606 or learn more at high-electric.com.
Hi, Sean Callahan here for Coppell Chevrolet Gmc, and it's been a great start here to the year as 2022 new inventory continues to roll in. Our pre-owned lot remains full, and we are selling at a record pace. I was just down at Coppell talking about a new order for myself, and they let me know I can actually start ordering a 2023 here later this spring. So stop on in to get your new 2022, your pre-owned vehicle, or maybe talk about ordering here for 2023. Check them out online at coppellcars.com. You'll be glad you did.
Gaina Trucking is hiring CDL Class A and B drivers. Gaina Trucking guarantees a 40-hour work week year-round, and their strong team culture makes it not a job, but a career. Gaina Trucking offers health, vision, and dental insurance, 401k with company match, an employee assistance program, and other bonus programs. Build a better career today with great team culture at Gaina Trucking. Learn more and apply today at GainaTrucking.com.
And now, poetry from the world of Yum.
You need a treat, but not something predictable. Cookies, cupcakes, apple pie, it's all boringly typical. So here's a little rule of thumb. Take that income, avoid the humdrum, and get yourself to the world of Yum. The cakes are made for any celebration, every cause of elation, alongside every occasion. So get in your car. You would be remiss not to take that drive down to Beatrice.
Check out Grandma's fruitcake and all the delicious desserts at Beatrice Bakery. Welcome to our world of Yum.
Work, laundry, dishes. I was exhausted. I needed a vacation, but finding a way to pay for it, not so easy. Then I found it. A research study at Solarion. I searched the studies and found a perfect match for me. It was so easy. I earned cash for the study and booked that vacation. Plus, I made an impact on medical research. Find a study and sign up today at helpresearch.com.
You should consider the risks of the research before you agree to participate.
Indianapolis, the crossroads of America.
Tune in this Tuesday and Wednesday live from Indy as we bring you coverage of Big Ten Media Days from Lucas Oil Stadium. DP, Strick, Rashawn, Jay, and Jake will be out there with all the information, all the interviews, and all the sights and sounds to get you ready for the college football season. It's Big Ten Media Days live on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
The Ticket's coverage of Big Ten Media Days is sponsored by Ben Bleicher of Professional Realty Group with BHHS Ambassador and Gary Michaels Clothiers.
Alexa, play 93.7 The Ticket.
Okay, playing 93.7 The Ticket.
Alexa, turn down the lights.
Dimming the lights.
Alexa, order a pizza, the big one, all the toppings.
Are you sure that's a good idea?
Alexa.
That's a lot of pizza for just one man.
Alexa, just do it. Stop judging me, just do it.
As you wish.
Thanks, Alexa. You're my best friend.
Come see Lincoln's best lineup on and off the diamond all season long. The best seat in town, the best block party, the best outdoor bar, your best night ever. Join the Salt Dogs for Nebraska Medical Association and Lancaster County Medical Society Triple Play Tuesdays, Fairbury Brand Winter Wednesdays, Thirsty Thursdays, Fireworks Fridays, Souvenir Saturdays, and Sunday Family Fun Days brought to you by Casey's. Hit a home run with your next trip to Haymarket Park. Buy tickets at saltdogs.com.
When you're high, you feel different. You think different, you talk different, you draw different, you listen to music different, but you probably knew that. Problem is, you also drive different, and not in a good way. That's why driving high is illegal everywhere. So if you're high, just don't drive. Make a plan to get a sober ride. Because if you feel different, you drive different. Brought to you by NHTSA and the Ad Council.
Back to the deep end with Reagan and Madison on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Alrighty, welcome back to the Deep End on 93.7 The Ticket. My name is Madison Ronquillo here with two special guests, JoJo and Cece. If you'd like to text in, you can go ahead and use the Starter Hammond line at 402-464-5685. Or if you'd like to call in, you can use the Honda Lincoln hotline. It's the same number, 402-464-5685. JoJo, what are you doing over there?
Just move the mic and it made a fart noise. Okay, and I love fart noises.
Oh my gosh. Anyways, we had a text come in during the break. What did it say?
Yeah, you guys got a few different comments. Troy says, great stuff, ladies, and he supports you 100%. Christina says, Cakeland. So we're pretty happy about that. JoJo's mom, Jules, says, what are the nicknames on the swim team?
We have a lot.
Personally, I have many.
Yes, you do. What are they?
JoJo, Joj, Joji Bear, Weather Princess, just to name a few. Not to brag, but I feel like I have the most nicknames.
The most out of anybody? Caitlin.
So I only got one, and that's because there's 3 Caitlins on the team. And so in order to differentiate, there's me, who's Cece, because my name's Caitlin Karen, so 2 C's. Then there's KK, which is Caitlin Kilpatrick, 2 Ks. And then the last one is Kate, for just so it's not Caitlin, and so her Kate Barth. But yeah.
Mm-hmm. And she also goes by KB too.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, initials.
So when Pablo's writing everyone's names on the board, he just writes their initials.
Yeah.
Some people he just writes random stuff for too.
Yeah. Like for me, so my initials is MR, but the first year that I came here, we had 3 MRs. It was Mira Rhodes, Molly Rosenthal, Madison Ronquillo. So mine was, there was an M Ron, M Rod, M Ross.
Yes.
Yeah.
Molly is MRS, I think.
MROS.
Oh. Okay, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. But then now people start calling me Ronk.
Because there's another Madison on the team.
Yes, because then there's Madison Lloyd. So we have a lot of repeated names. But yeah, those are our nicknames. But then other people have lots of nicknames too.
Yes, Berkeley, B.
Mm-hmm. Shannon.
Shanini.
Yeah, I think that's
all
we were
can think
listing
of
them
for
all
now.
back to
Yeah,
back
yeah.
before this.
Oh, Pat. Pat, if you're listening, sorry, not sorry. We won't see you for a while, so you can't murder us now.
But basically what happened is
Patty Cakes is his nickname.
yeah, because he has I guess this old friend that works at the stadium, because we went to play Ultimate Frisbee there one night as a team, and he's letting us into the field and talking to us about how practice is going and stuff. And he's like, is Patty Cakes still there? And we're like, who?
He's like, who is Patty Cakes?
Pat really kept this under wraps.
Yeah.
But it got out.
Now we know.
Yeah. And then you want to explain why how that?
So I texted Pat. I didn't know your name was Patty Cakes. And he goes, don't use that. Do you want to live tomorrow? Or something along those lines. I was like, so we can call you Patty Cakes now. And he was like, if you want to be dead tomorrow.
Oh my gosh. But then do we have another message?
Oh, yeah, you've got a few more messages. One section, you guys are awesome. My low is losing my dad 2 years ago. My high is feeling great after being 30 years, being a dentist for 30 years. So that's kind of cool. Somebody else texts in, just listening now. You may have already talked about this, but what is the best advice for a high school swimmer that is interested in swimming in college? From Bill Randby.
JoJo's #1 fan.
My #1. Oh, high school swimmers advice. What I could have used when I was a wee 16-year-old in the recruiting process. You really have to make a list of what every school offers, because then you won't remember otherwise. And Nebraska has so many great things that I had to write them all down. So there's that.
Yeah. I was definitely going to say write it all out. Like, it's going to be really overwhelming. And so if you're stressed or anything, I just always would make a list of like what I thought of each school and like the pros and cons. And then if I had any questions, I would kind of try to write those down and bring those up on my next phone call. Definitely. I don't think I entered a single phone call without a piece of paper of like questions and stuff. So that's my recommendation.
Yeah. My recommendation would be like, if you're not hearing from a school that you're really interested in, send them an email. Like, basically like write out a little like personal statement, resume email that has your best times, explains who you are, where you're from, and then kind of just send it out and see what happens. Because that actually happened to me, because I wanted to, my first time around in the transfer portal, I really wanted to go to Nebraska. Pat emailed me back saying, too slow. But look, we came back anyway. Here we are.
Glad you're here.
Thanks. Well, with that, thanks for spending the last hour with me, JoJo, and Caitlin on the deep end at 93.7 The Ticket. See you next week.